Hi, I'm Blessing,
Hi, I'm Najin.
I'm Tijan.
And I'm Nihi.
and we're your hosts for the 2022 election simulation.
Every year, Townsend Harris hosts the election simulation to mimic the election races occurring in the U.S.
So what will this year's election focus on?
The Senate race.
Wait, I thought it was the judicial race.
Wait, I thought it was the governor race.
Wish I knew.
Actually, this year's election sim is focused on different races from various states, such as New York, Florida, Pennsylvania, and Georgia.
This year, we have 26 candidates.
That's a lot of candidates.
Wait, what's that sound?
Because there are so many different people running, Townsend holds the kickoff rally to introduce the candidates and interest groups to the students.
So let's take a look in the next clip.
Good afternoon, Townsend Harris citizens. My name is Dr. Mehmet Oz. I'm running for Pennsylvania Senate. John Fetterman thinks he knows what Pennsylvanians want. He thinks they want higher crime. He thinks they want higher taxes. He thinks they want less jobs. Do you want any of that? I don't think so. For Mehmet, for Senate, we want more energy jobs, less taxes, less inflation, and we're going to build our criminal justice system to keep our streets safe. Yes. November 7th, Red Wave.
What's up, Townsend Harris? My name is Ron DeSantis, and I'm here to say I'm about to cut some taxes in a major way. The Democrats want to take your rights away, but I'm just here to tell you all, don't say gay. Don't be surprised when I send some migrants your way, because I've got the guts to keep our borders safe. So just remember, this November, on Election Day, vote Ronnie D without delay.
Hello? Hello? We good? Okay. Hey everyone. My name is Gregory Meeks, and I'm rerunning for the 5th Congressional District. With my 24 years of experience as being a House of Representative, I've tackled and will continue tackling issues such as student loans, tax relief, affordable housing, and much more. With my experience and knowledge, I will make sure I protect and serve the people of New York. And remember, don't be weak and vote for Meeks!
Introduce yourself. What are your campaign goals?
Hi, my name is Juan Pagan. I'm running for the District 7 Congressional Representative. My goals are just to really help the people of this district. I'm looking to focus more on safer streets with giving more protection around the neighborhood. I'm looking to employ more mental health services. I'm trying to improve local infrastructure that includes like the MTA and subway, because we know that it's pretty bad right now. I'm just really trying to be there for the average New Yorker who's gonna just make it an easier day for them.
So how do you feel about this election and going against your opponent to make you stand out?
I feel like this is going to be a great election. I know Nydia Velázquez has been in office for quite some bit, but I think it's about time for some change. She's not even a native New Yorker, so going into this, you know, I was born and raised here. My granddaughter is growing up in this very neighborhood, so I'm just trying to really look out for like the little person, the average everyday American. My music video, 7 Red, drops this Friday, 6 p.m. EST on my Instagram, Juan Pagan THS. And on Election Day, Democrats be gone, vote Juan Pagan.
Hello everyone, we are live from the election kickoff rally. So we have the United Federation of Teachers. What do you guys advocate for?
The U of T advocates for safer working conditions in schools, higher pay, and health benefits for teachers.
And what would you like to say to our viewers?
Vote blue on Election Day, and remember, the U of T is for you and me.
Today we're with
Anna Kaplan.
So Ms. Kaplan, briefly introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm the first political refugee and first Iranian American to be elected into the state senate. I'm running for the 7th state district in particular, and I'm passionate about gun control, reproductive rights, tax relief for the middle class, small businesses, and funding for public schools.
So why are you passionate about running for senate?
So New York City, New York State, and the entirety of the US has given me so much as a political refugee, and I feel like it's my duty to give back to my communities and make sure that everyone has the rights that they deserve.
Do you have anything exciting planned for your campaign?
So yeah, this entire campaign is thanks to a bunch of youth that has helped out with being a fellow, being an intern, phone banking, canvassing, and I think we should continue that. We're going to continue that, do a lot of fun TikToks, like fun stuff like that, and I'm really excited to work with everyone.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Wow, so many races this year.
I wonder if the underclassmen know who they are.
Well, let's find out.
But first, a brief message from our sponsors.
Back to you.
Who are you, John Fetterman?
John Fetterman says he's pro-worker, but he wants to kick thousands of energy jobs out of Pennsylvania. Workers like him are worth billions of dollars to the state of Pennsylvania. But John Fetterman, he's okay with just keeping it for himself. John Fetterman owes 25,000 tax dollars. He wants to raise them for everybody else. You trust your doctor, but not your politicians. Vote Dr. Mehmet Oz for Pennsylvania Senate to keep yourself healthy and secure.
Hi, I'm William Shanahan, and I'm ready to be your next Queens County Civil Court judge. I have 10 years of experience as a prosecutor and 30 years as district attorney. I love biking, the Mets, learning new languages, and of course, food. I worked alongside Eric Adams and handled the MS-13. So guys, remember on election day, together we stand, vote for Shanahan.
Thank you, Field Crew. Now let's...
Wait, I think we have another ad coming in.
Hi, great citizens of Townsend Harris. I'm Lee Zeldin, the Republican candidate for governor of New York. I'm fighting to keep our streets safe. Defending your civil liberties, honoring our veterans, and protecting your wallets from tax rates and inflation that are way too high to live with. So, Townsend Harris, don't be selling. Vote Lee Zeldin on Election Day.
Right now, we have a number of pressing issues. And in the past 4 years, it's been my honor to be fighting for those changes by introducing legislation, advocating for better policies, and working towards solving systemic issues.
If we want to change our communities for the better, we have to vote for someone who will. I am Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and I'm asking for your vote this election day.
I am AOC, and I approve this message.
Hi, I'm Jack Martins, and I'm running for New York State Senator for District 7.
So why Jack Martins?
Crime is on the rise. I plan on keeping the streets safe. The economy is in shambles. I plan on reducing taxes and providing relief to small businesses. It's time to bring Jack back! Back! Back!
Can we get to know the candidates better?
Oh my god, you have a lot of questions.
Wait, really? I had no idea. Anyway, just for that, you should come with me to interview Republican candidate Lee Zeldin, who's running to be New York State governor.
Wait, what about his opponent, Kathy Hochul?
I was just getting to that. We should interview her.
Hi, Harrisites. We're here with Democratic candidate for New York State Governor, Kathy Hochul. Hi, how are you today?
I'm great, and I'm so happy to be here. How are you guys?
We're good, thanks for asking.
Let's get into the first question. What previous experience do you have that makes you qualified for this position?
Well, I have been governor since 2021, and I've done several governor's work, such as being part of the congressional district attorneys and stuff like the lieutenants, governors of New York, as well as Erie County Clerk.
That's good to hear. If elected, what are your goals for New York?
My goal is to protect women, children, workers, everyone in New York, starting off with public safety, because gun violence is such a pressing issue in New York. And I would also like to expand the commute between Pennsylvania and New York through the LIR and the Penn State Station.
Elected, what are your goals for New York?
My goals are to protect the women, children, workers, and every single citizen in New York, starting off with safety, because gun violence is such a stressing issue in New York. As well as for women, I want to expand safeties for abortions and reproductive rights, because that is slowly getting taken away from us, and I want our clinics to be open to people outside of New York as well.
What makes you a better candidate than your opponent, Lee Zeldin?
Lee Zeldin is all talk. When it comes to slandering me, he has so much to say, but when it comes to his own policies, it's very quiet. So as for Lee Zeldin, he has voted against reproductive rights for so many years, and he's voted against same-sex marriage since 2011, and again in 2021. Isn't that crazy to you? Especially since this world, this state, is full of change, and he's extremely conservative.
Tell us a fun fact or share something fun about your personal life with the viewers.
Well, I love to travel. This Labor Day weekend, I actually went to Niagara Falls with my family. Another thing I love doing is exploring diners, because their aura is just my favorite.
Thank you so much for your answers. That's all we have for today. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem.
Thank you.
Good morning, Hairsights. Today we are here with Mr. Zeldin.
Hi, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
So let's get straight to it. What are some previous experiences that makes you qualified for this position?
So, I grew up in Long Island, and when I was young, I knew I wanted to be in the military, so that's exactly what I did. I entered ROTC when I went to college, and I would later serve in the military. I served many years in Iraq, and I would become the lieutenant colonel, which I still currently serve as. When I went back home to Mastic Beach, Long Island, I ran for State Senate District Number 3, which I would gratefully win. When I won that, I was extremely successful. I passed the MTA payroll tax bill, which helped so many more small businesses survive. Then later, I would run for New York Congress District 1, which I also would gratefully win. In there, I passed and I led the fight for so many bills that would help those with PTSD, like myself when I returned from Iraq. Those bills were all successful, getting passed through the Senate and helping countless veterans, and not just veterans, but 9/11 survivors too. Now I'm running to be your governor, which I more than have the experience for, unlike my other candidate.
So, moving on. If elected, what are your goals for New York?
So my primary issue is the Bail Reform Act. What's currently happening in New York is so many criminals are getting out on short sentences with limited bail. What I want to do is change that, so less criminals are walking around our streets, whereas they really should be in jail. Next, what I want to do is education reform. What we're seeing now, and the cause of so many school shootings, is that education is not going back to the families like it should be. I want more law enforcement in schools, and I want to get rid of Common Core. What it does is it constricts students. It doesn't let them to reach their full potential. Education should just be between parents, the students, and the teachers, and law enforcement. It shouldn't be between the government. Also, I want to combat inflation. Inflation in New York is way too high. It's out of control. Many people are struggling to live, they're struggling to pay rent. Through passing acts that are supposed to lower taxes and fight for this great state, I know I could accomplish that goal.
Okay, so let's talk about what everyone is really wondering. Why are you a better candidate than Kathy Hochul?
That's an easy answer, honestly. How did Kathy get her spot in government? Well, that's easy. She was serving under Cuomo. What happened with Cuomo? Why isn't Cuomo here right now? Well, if you haven't heard this yet, it may be a little shocking. He was a sexual assaulter. He led a toxic work environment that many of his victims kept quiet about, until one brave soul decided to speak out, and you started to realize almost everyone in that office had a story. Now, what else did Cuomo do? Let's talk about the disastrous COVID-19 response, why don't we? Okay, you have the nursing homes. Cuomo sent many sick COVID-19 patients into the nursing homes. And just so happens, many patients in nursing homes were dying because of COVID-19. And a lot of their coroner's reports, they wouldn't list COVID-19. It was a clear cover-up. So many people are not alive right now because of pure inaction and incompetency on Cuomo's part. But why am I talking about Cuomo? Well, that's simple. The only reason Kathy's here is because of him. She sat idly by and watched as Cuomo done all these terrible policies, led a toxic work environment. I don't want to speculate, but her being quiet is probably why she's holding that position in the first place. Why don't we think? So, just why is Kathy I'm a better candidate? I have significantly less money than her. Where is she even getting her money from? It's not like anyone nowadays is really talking about Kathy Hochul. She's getting her funding from the same big money that's been funding Cuomo. The same people who Cuomo had relationships right after he left office. I'm sure Kathy gave him a little call and said, hey, I could use that money too, you know? I'm doing it with one arm behind my back, and I'm doing a great job.
Lastly, tell us a fun fact about yourself.
Want to know a real fun fact? I have 1/10 of Kathy Hochul's funding, yet we're almost neck and neck in the polling. What does that say about New Yorkers? What does that mean that they want? Kathy has all this money, all this funding, which, as I said, you know exactly where it's coming from, but I'm still able to compete. It's because New Yorkers want to get rid of these corrupt Democrats who are destroying our great state. It's time for change. So Townsend Harris, don't be selling. Vote Lee Zeldin on Election Day. Thank you.
Thank you.
You heard it here, folks. Thank you for tuning in with TNN.
Hopefully you know the candidates better now.
Yeah, the 20 different ones.
We are your 2022 Election Sim hosts. See you next week.